Wide receiver Paul Richardson plans to sign a 5-year, $40 million deal with the Redskins, as Mike Garoppolo, not Garoppolo, reported. So Paul Richardson,
this is the worst
Seattle Seahawk, Kevin Olenek extraordinaire. He is going to the Washington Redskins. Redskins needed receivers desperately. Last year, failed experiment in Terrell Pryor. Last year, Josh Doxson sort of came into his own a little bit. They have a new quarterback in Alex Smith. The interesting part about this, I don't really think Paul Richardson fits their offense very well.
No.
And I don't think he fits their quarterback I don't think it's a good complement to what Alex Smith does well. Paul Richardson, to me, is a guy that fit Russell Wilson because he was a guy that could go deep, has some pretty good speed, good length, good, he's tall, and he can win jump balls because he has incredible jumping ability. But to me, he's not a guy that's consistently going to get open on his own and catch, in routes and slant routes and all the little dink and dunk throws that Alex Smith does well. And to me, that's not the type of receiver that meshes well with Alex Smith. I could be wrong. The Redskins said they wanted him because they can match his speed with Doxson's, size. So that's an interesting combination there. But to me, you still have two pretty unproven receivers. I still think that position needs to be upgraded in Washington. And I think this is a little bit of overpaying for a guy that, to me, hasn't shown enough. He's shown some flashes of promise and flashes of big playability, but he's not a consistent receiver, consistent contributor. And I guess that's just not really my type of guy. Dylan, what do you think?
Mitch, this is my pick for the worst contract of today. This is my worst pick. I like Paul Richardson. I even talked about having him as a Cowboys receiver just a few days ago on the channel. But I didn't think he was going to be worth $8 million per season. First off, I thought he was going to be like a $4 million guy. So half of the value I thought he was going to have. Second, the wide receiver talent that the Redskins have put themselves in has failed dramatically, like awfully bad. We saw with Terrell Pryor, that experiment did not work whatsoever. They let Deshaun Jackson walk the season before. They let 2,000-yard receivers, I can't think of the other one off the top of my head, had this problem last time, where they let him go this season. Josh Doxson,
Deshaun and Pierre.
What's that?
Deshaun Jackson, Pierre Garçon.
Pierre Garçon, that was the other one. But last season they had Jamison Crowder, who had some really good season or really good games.
Oh, yeah, they also have Jamison Crowder, which I should have brought up because he's their best receiver. But I didn't.
Yeah. Well, now I got you. He was their best receiver last season. He had some good games, but also was inconsistent at times where you'd be like, where did he show up? One game he would have the best game in fantasy, and the next week he had one catch for 10 yards. So I'm like, what's going on? Terrell Pryor failed miserably. Paul Richardson, I just don't – if you had him with Kirk Cousins, I think it would be a great signing, but I don't think it fits the Alex Smith quota. Like, they're two completely different styles of QBs for like – it just doesn't work for me. And Paul Richardson, I just think he got, I don't want to say grossly overpaid, but considering what I thought his value was, I think he got overpaid a lot.
Dylan, maybe I'm underrating Paul Richardson, but he doesn't strike me as a guy that's good one-on-one. Like, I don't like paying guys that much money that can't get themselves open.
No, I don't think he's, well, and I also don't think he's the greatest route runner for Alex Smith. Like, I don't think he's going to be
Exactly. Like, he's not a crisp route runner. To me, he's like a vertical guy that gets open from scramble drills.
Our biggest laughing point of the Seahawks season last year is that can anybody run a route in Seattle, and that's kind of the thing.
And block. But the thing about Paul Richardson is I thought he fits Seattle best because of his ability to kind of get open down the field and make jump ball crazy catches like what Russell Wilson. He fit Russell Wilson well.
He does not fit Alex Smith well. Just off
to me, he doesn't. Yeah.
Just off of looking at it right now, this is my pick for the worst contract. Now he's going to be making his money, and maybe that's why he chose the Redskins. He was probably getting more money here than I think anybody else. But the Redskins, I think, have shown incompetence a lot.
And the Redskins really needed a receiver, but I just don't think this is the right one.
But okay, so Allen Robinson got $42 million, and Sammy Watkins got $48 million. Why didn't they even invest their time in looking at those two guys, if that's the money they were going to give them? That's what's baffling to me. Because no offense to Paul Richardson, he's a good receiver, but I would not put him ahead of Watkins or Robinson whatsoever.